All right, guys, this is our part 2 of our land and sea breeze. We're going to go ahead and do land breezes now. So I'm actually going to set up that same picture that we did just a minute ago where I had some water. Now, it doesn't matter which side the water on the land is. I'm just keeping it consistent because that's where we had it last time. So this, again, is going to be my ocean. This is going to be my land. I'm not sure. Oops. Sorry. I'm trying to get that arrow gone. Let me see if I can click off that. I don't know. That little red arrow is just going to hang out there for some reason. Okay. So I've got my ocean on one side. I've got my land on the other. And this time, instead of a sun in the sky, I'm going to go ahead and put a little moon. We got a moon out there that we can see. So there's my moon. Kind of a crescent shape there. Okay, so if you remember in a sea breeze, we had the cool air over the ocean and we had the warm air over the land. Well, it's not going to be the same when we get to a land breeze because if you recall, we said different surfaces heat and keep heat differently. So water takes a whole lot longer to warm up, but it retains or keeps the heat that it has longer. Land heats up super fast, but then it loses that heat really fast. If you think about when you're like walking on a beach during the day, your feet are really hot. You go back to that same amount of sand at night and it's nice and cool. It's because that sand is not holding the heat. So at nighttime, we're going to have, I'm going to switch my arrow color here. So go ahead and grab your red pen or marker or whatever. So over the ocean, I'm going to have warmer air that is rising. So my warmer air is rising over the ocean. And just like last time, remember, it starts to drift this way, right? Then the land sees that opening, that rising air, and it's cool, high pressure air. So it wants to swoop in and get to lower pressure. So my wind is going from the land toward the ocean because that warm air over the ocean has been rising. Now, just like last time, this guy will start to cool down as he's over the land, and that's going to complete my convection current. Now, let's add a little color, and we'll talk a little bit more about this guy here. So I've got my yellow moon. Let's give ourselves a little blue water. You know, I'm all about the fancy here, so we got to be fancy. And our land here. Okay. Got some land. All right, so we've got the warm ocean water and we've got warm air. The warm air is rising. Now, when I say warm ocean water, I don't mean it's going to feel significantly warmer. It's such a huge body of water that it's not actually going to change a whole lot, but the thing that's going to change the temperature is the land. So the warm air over the ocean rises and the cool air from the land blows in to take its place. Remember, we said that wind gets its name the direction it blows from, so that's why this is a land breeze. Now tomorrow, let's actually do our check 2 word, and then I'll give you what I'm doing tomorrow. Our check 2 word, let's make that ocean. Check 2 word is ocean. All right, so tomorrow you're going to practice using a little thing I found on the internet to determine whether things are maybe land breezes or ocean breezes. So I want to kind of just practice this with you for a minute before we move on to the land notes. So if we have temperatures, let's give ourselves a couple temperatures here. I'm going to make this like 60 degrees, and I'll make this just for ease, 70 degrees, okay? You notice the land is cooler and the ocean is warmer. So that's why we've got our warm air rising and our cool air coming in to take its place. Now, the bigger distance between those two numbers, the stronger the breeze is going to be. So for example, if I had, let me erase here. Let's say this is like 61. Well, the closer they are together, the less breeze there's going to be. It's going to be very, very weak. And what will probably happen in the next few hours when those temperatures are so close, when this guy and this guy are so close, eventually it's probably going to switch. And then our breeze will switch positions because it probably means the land and the ocean are going to change temperature, and one will be colder and one will be warmer. So most likely it will switch back to being a sea breeze. All right, so let's ignore that for now. But that's what you're going to practice on tomorrow, is looking at that kind of info. All right, let's go ahead and write our notes for this, and then we will move on, and you'll move on to doing our wrap up for step 2 today. All right, let me get a new whiteboard here and do some notes for land breeze. All right. This thing is very fussy today. There we go. Land. I need to invest in a best. I never thought I was going to be a virtual teacher. Breeze. Okay, so land breezes. A nighttime breeze from land to water. So just like with sea breeze, we're going to look at each little section here. So for land breeze, land loses heat faster than water. So it's now cooler. Now remember, if it's cooler, that's our high pressure. I'm going to abbreviate HP because you know I write too big on this. All right, then water. Well, water, like an ocean, it really does not fluctuate a ton, but it will hold heat longer, water in general. Water holds heat longer. Than land. So that is now our low pressure area. I'm going to get a new board just because I can't fit anymore, but this will be a continuation. We know that wind blows high to low. I feel like I need background music for when I'm not talking, so it's not so boring for you guys. But you know, I'm such a good singer. I would hate to embarrass anyone by singing. Wind blows high pressure to low pressure. So in this case, it goes land to water. Okay, my final check-in word for today is going to be pressure. So you're going to need these check-in words when you go over to the next step for the Google Form wrap-up, in addition to the notes you took today. All right, good luck. I'll see everybody later.